Hey guys, welcome back to Community Cares. I'm Dave. I'm the Executive Director here at Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet.
And I'm Chaplain Chaz Blackburn, and I'm excited to say it's the first time I can say this. This is a pre-recording. Normally we like to be interactive online and live, but I am the president of Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet and just really super honored to be able to take that role. I did want to just say a thank you to past President Kim. She's going to be our secretary of the board, which is such a crucial role. The ins and outs that she knows and being able to help really, guide me along and keep those minutes and the grammar. And she's just an amazing person and just really beautiful to see. She went through some really turbulent waters before we interview our guests through COVID.
Oh, yeah.
And, her parents helped found Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet over 28 years ago.
So much history. Absolutely.
I mean, she is just an amazing, inspiring individual. So thank you for all you do, Kim, and all that you're going to continue to do. And thank you all for the opportunity to be able to help lead with Dave this organization and the rest of the board to another level. So
I'm gone right now, technically.
You're on vacation.
Are you gonna make a bunch of changes?
No, I don't operate.
I'm gonna come back and I'll be like, "What happened?"
No, absolutely not. No, we all work together really good.
That's right.
You're joking, but you're gonna be living the good life at Disneyland.
Oh yeah, we'll be in Disneyland every time someone in my family turns 5 years old, ever since my eldest sister. So my parents made this tradition that every time someone turns 5, I had my 5th birthday there. We've all had our 5th birthdays there, and now my nieces and nephews have their 5th birthdays there.
Wow.
And so it's like a big family reunion at Disneyland.
I love it.
You still look like a 5-year-old running around.
Oh yeah, especially there. Are you kidding me?
That's awesome.
That brings stuff out of you. You're like, I'm going to go get churros.
Well, without further ado, I did want to let our guest introduce herself, a really special woman with a special calling, and I'm excited to learn more about your organization.
Thank you. We're just so happy to be here. My name is Gwen Taylor, and I work for ACCEPT. We use that acronym, but our legal name is Access for Community and Cultural Education Programs and Training. So that's why we use ACCEPT. But we've been in business for over 26 years now. And
it's a long time. Wow.
I know. And so that's why I'm really just grateful to be here with you all, because as we were talking prior to the broadcast coming on, a lot of people don't know about us. And
Sure.
we've been around for a while. So having this exposure through Good Shepherd is a real blessing, and I certainly appreciate it.
Absolutely. I know we'll talk a little bit more later about what you guys actually do, which is amazing. And it's just crazy. We're two of the OG organizations, nonprofits in the local community, you know? So awesome.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. We're having fun. We're going to be talking more and learning more, and that's what this is all about, is us just coming together and being united in the community. We say that a lot on the show. You were saying you watched a couple of the episodes before going on.
Yes.
Because she called me, and this is not the first time people call me. They're like, wait, what's the format? What do you do?
Yeah.
Who are you talking to? What do I have to say? No. It's just a conversation. So just so you guys know, we have a few like small show notes or anything, but we don't have any like hard questions or anything we ask our guests. It's really just that conversation, and that's what we care about, is having those real conversations with people in the community.
Yeah.
So
I can tell you're excited to go on vacation.
dude, so excited. I'm very excited. And yeah.
Well deserved.
Oh, thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
Yes.
So let's, if you're new to the show, this is the format. We normally go over 3 different events happening in the community or things to do in the community. And then after that, we get into a segment where we highlight a community resource. So we're going to, and obviously the community resource this week is ACCEPT.
Yes.
So thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate it. And as we talk about these events, if you want to jump in, feel free. Don't feel
Okay, no problem. Yeah.
like we said, this is just conversation.
Okay.
The 3 events is kind of a nice icebreaker for the guest, and you get to know us. And
Yes.
I make fun of Chaz a little bit, and then
A lot. It's okay though. The tables have turned.
oh no. You know that what was it? 2 episodes ago, 3 episodes ago, everyone was mean to me. I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah.
It was when my wife was here.
Gave me a break.
Go figure. All right, so the first thing we want to bring up, the first event, is Animal Arc is doing on Wild Winter weekends. You can join them at the Animal Arc on the holiday weekends, Martin Luther King Jr. Day weekend, and then also President's Day weekend. So both those weekends are doing a winter. You can go there and support Animal Arc and have fun and look at some of the wolves and bobcats and stuff in the wild. I mean,
It's cool. I've taken Lily a few times.
right, not wild, but it is like the local
Absolutely.
stuff.
Yeah.
And you see like wolves, like, I mean, how often do you go up to a wolf?
Yeah. What a fun way to be able to go celebrate an important day and weekend and holiday to recognize all the work that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. did. Mm-hmm. And I think that, it's so much fun. It's important to support local. And they actually have a really neat, courtyard with peacocks and just beautiful animals, and then you can feed the deer, but I'll warn you, there's like 100 deer, I'm not kidding you, and you go out there and they all swarm around you, and it's almost a little scary.
They know.
They nibble not hard on your hand, but just trying to get the food. It's a little scary, actually.
Oh geez. You're scared of deer?
When there's 100 around me, you betcha.
So yeah, this is going to be a fun thing to do. You can find tickets online on Animal Arc's website. You can just Google Animal Arc, but their address is out there, way out there, but it's 1265 Deer Lodge Road. I remember the first time we went out there, I had this little Fiat. No, not my Fiat. It was It was a Volkswagen Fox and stick shift 79.
Wow.
And so driving that out there, we were kids and I was scared on that dirt road.
I was wondering, it was a dirt road.
I'm like, oh my goodness, this is terrifying.
Yeah.
Where am I going? Am I going the right place? I had no clue because I'd never been to Animal Arc, and so we were driving out there. My girlfriend at the time, which was my wife now, but we were driving out there. So, and that dirt road, is that dirt road still there? Or have they paved all that yet?
I think it's paved for the most part.
That's cool.
Now, is there 2 zoos out there?
There's the Safari Zoo.
I was thinking Safari Zoo. Clear disclaimer.
And then further out is the Animal Arc. So they're operated a little bit differently. So the Sierra Safari Zoo, that is, you have your lions, that
Gotcha.
peacocks and that kind of stuff. I should have cut on to that. I'm like, I don't know what he's saying.
I don't want anybody to get mad at me because they go out to Animal Arc and there's no deer.
Animal Arc is it's like where they've rescued animals and that kind of stuff.
Nice.
But it is set up like a zoo. It looks like a zoo, but it's not a zoo. Mm-hmm. So it's a nonprofit that operates very, very differently.
Wow, I'll have to go check it out with Lily. That's amazing.
Yeah, and it's pretty big. There was actually a famous, I don't know if the bear might have passed away by now, but when Nika and I used to do our vlogs around town, we went up there and they said, oh, you got to film the bear. I'm like, okay, why? Because it's a famous tetherball playing bear.
Wow.
Very famous on YouTube, got millions of hits and stuff, so... And so a lot of people, I guess, went out there to go watch that for a while.
If he's alive, can we have him on the podcast?
We'll go talk to them. Yeah, let's make that happen, huh?
It's a bear of a request.
Oh,
bad dad joke.
That was bad. That was bad. Yeah. So, definitely go check them out. Again, I didn't mention this earlier, but if you're listening on Facebook or YouTube, you can also listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and everywhere you get podcasts. All you just have to do is type in Community Cares, and we pop up. And it's a great way if you want to download it and listen to it on your drive. I do that with a lot of podcasts, but I know a lot of people find us through Facebook, but there's all sorts of different ways that you can learn more about what we're doing in the community.
Can I ask you a question before we go to the next event?
Yes.
What's your favorite animal?
My favorite animal, gee whiz, I think would have to be a deer.
A deer? Okay. Well, you need to go to the safari zoo then.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, dear.
I like venison steak. That's really good.
Aw, buddy.
I know.
Buddy, that was
just
bad.
kidding.
That was bad.
Actually, it is really good though. But
when I used to eat meat, what is that city called at the end of Highway 50? Where do you know what I'm talking about? East Nevada.
East is it going?
Oh,
Is it
east.
going through Gardnerville?
Wendover?
Oh, east.
Wendover,
Okay.
maybe it's no.
That's
They had an elk burger in East Nevada that was
Oh.
famous, and I've never.
Really?
I used to be a part
elk
of the.
burger.
I used to be a part of the sting operation, and so I was 16, and I would travel all of Nevada with a cop, and undercover cop, and we would try to buy cigarettes everywhere.
You're kidding me.
No, yeah, I did that all
man.
the time. So undercover stuff, and so we would go all over the state, and that over there, I can't remember the name of the city.
You learn something
But-
new every single show. Wow. You are very interesting, dude.
But we were out there, and that was the first time. So I've never had deer or venison, but I've had elk.
Elk.
But now I don't eat any of that. I've been a vegetarian for 10 years. So
Wow.
yeah, my wife and I. So, but from what I remember, it was pretty good. I mean, I was 16 though. I'm sure anything greasy is good at that point, right?
Yeah.
At 16, yeah. No.
Everything's good at 16.
That's right.
All right, let's move on to the second event, which is January 20th. Junior Naturalist Program it's a free outdoor program for children of all ages to learn about local parks, plants, animals, and the environment. Parent or guardian is required for it, and you do need to sign up online. The website is tmparksfoundation.org. You do need to sign up, so definitely, I know it's limited, but it's a very, very fun event. Definitely something to go to and be a part of. Great way to be outdoors and be with your kiddos.
I love that. I met with Steve Hendricks yesterday, excuse me, and he's a part of Native Connections for Nevada Urban Indians, and they, focus on suicide prevention and different resources for our Native American community. But one thing I really like, and you can find them online or at Facebook, is that they actually do hikes for those 24 and under as a way to just connect, with the cultural roots and to be able to just get out there and do something, with the fresh air. Because I think a lot of times, when we look at the suicide rates and things that we're combating as a community, connection is so important.
Yes, it is. Yes.
And hope is as well, especially when we get to your resource and circumstances happen, but to be able to have resources to help guide you and just be there to support you through that.
Oh yeah,
it's imperative.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's a fun event. Definitely check it out. Sign up for it. Go be out in the community. The reason we highlight these events, the reason we talk about it, because we're trying to encourage our listeners to go out and be in the community.
Yeah.
Rather than just be at home. It's so easy just to be at home.
I'm guilty of that. And we live in such a beautiful place,
And so, I mean, a guided thing with your kids on a Saturday, that'd be a lot of fun with kids. And so definitely check that out. The third event we want to highlight is on January 20th at 10 a.m. at the National Automobile Museum. This one is not a free one. This is a paid, but the only cost is just the admission price. The admission price is 5 and under is free. Youth admission 6 to 15 is $10. Adult admission is 16, which is 16 to 61 is $15. If you're a senior, it's 13, which is 62 plus.
The Cat in the Hat knows a lot about space.
Oh yeah.
That sounds fun.
Have you seen that?
Uh-uh.
No, I haven't seen it either.
Oh, it's a movie?
I get, and I think it's a short. I think it's
Is
a
it?
short.
Really? That's cool.
But PBS is putting this on, and it's an experience that is out of this world, as their website says, because they're one of our partners. We love Phil over there in the Automobile Museum and everything they do. And they've helped us out, done drives and all sorts of things. So we really appreciate them, but they do all sorts of events. They always got movies playing. I guess they have Cars, movie playing, and then you can go and see the Lightning McQueen car. I think that's kind of cool.
I know when I was there with Lily and we did that podcast. I was like a little kid in a candy shop, and he asked my daughter, is there a car you'd like to sit in if it's appropriate? And she was like, oh, this is cool, And he looks at me, he says, what about the Jurassic Park one? And I'm like, I could sit in the Jurassic Park Jeep. That was one of my favorites. I was like the kid again, probably what you'll look like at Disneyland.
I
was so
always
excited.
was a kid, yeah.
But thank you, Phil. And we're going to be doing a fundraiser. More details to come, but it's looking like sometime in July. And it's going to be a black tie event. It's going to be a great time. And again, if you've never taken your family there, definitely go support local. Go check it out. It's a wonderful museum.
Yeah, so for this event, it starts at 10 a.m. Experience 3 out-of-this-world space activities. One that even includes a robot. Next, from 11 a.m. to noon is the Cat in the Hat knows a lot about space. Like I said, pricing is the cost of the admission, so it's just included in your regular admission. So you can go and be a part of this event, the PBS sponsored event, and all these activities for your kids, and then you get to go look at all the cars. And
that's awesome.
There's so many cars, so it's double whammy. Definitely do it on the 20th. Mark your calendar for that. So both of those events are on the 20th. So you could have a full day with your family on the 20th if you wanted to.
That's awesome.
Family day.
Family day. Family days are important. And, especially, with some of the challenges, I really like that you put the outdoors event that's free and some of the lower cost events so that we can all enjoy them.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it's all about is us all going out in the community, being together, being with people, and being a part of that change. And that all starts with what? A conversation.
Oh, give our cheesy tagline that we love. Go ahead.
What tagline? What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. What tagline?
Why you give me such a hard time today? Be the change that you want to see in the world. And I really do live by that myself. I think it's so important to teach our children not just to talk, but walk the talk and to show those actions of love through acts of kindness. So without further ado...
I'll be kinder to you, Chaz. I know what you're trying to say. It's okay.
Oh, man. Without further ado, we'd like to introduce our guest and just talk about Accept and just really what you guys are all about and how you got your start.
Okay, I'd love it. Again, thank you all for having us here today. We started 26 years ago out of our church. So we're not faith-based organization right now, but we were faith-based initially, but we still actually partner with churches. But right now we have our own 501c3.
Okay.
But we started because doing AIDS work, HIV work, because in my family, personally, we lost back in the 80s when AIDS began. You guys are probably too young. Y'all might not even been born in the 80s.
I was born in 89, actually. So
I forget my audience.
No, it's okay.
Explain that. You youngsters.
I'm an 80s baby. Come on. Just by you.
Before y'all were born. AIDS was running rampant and people were just dying. The meds weren't like they are now, but people can live a long life now.
Yeah.
If they get into care and get on their medications, they can live a healthy 70, 80 years, years old with HIV. It's not like it used to be. It used to be you get it, you die if you don't get on the proper meds. But back in the 80s, my brother-in-law passed away of AIDS, and then my husband's a local pastor, and two of our members that were in our choir, in our church for years, passed away.
Wow.
And what was sad about that is that none of the people in our church that knew these two young men that passed didn't want to tell the pastors because there's such a stigma
They
about
felt
HIV.
they were going to be judged.
Yes, absolutely. So that really upset my husband. So we started educating our church first about HIV, how you get it, how you don't get it.
Yeah.
And there's still a lot of stigmas. People are still afraid to hug a person with HIV. It's really sad.
Yeah.
And this disease has been around for a long, long time. But with that being said, we started educating churches in the community, going to beauty shops, barber shops, telling people what HIV is, what it means, what AIDS is. There's a big difference. HIV is the immunodeficiency virus that you get initially, and then if you don't get on your medications and if you don't get in care, it can progress to AIDS. So there are two distinct differences there between HIV and AIDS, but a lot of people don't know that. But now since the medications are so good, if you get on your meds and if you know you're positive, you will not progress to AIDS. Yeah. You'll just stay HIV positive. So they're thinking about doing some name changing with that. But that's how we started. Those two young men that passed away in our church is just kind of, and my brother-in-law, he was bisexual. So that kind of put us on a path to educate, especially African Americans, because at that time and still now are most severely touched with the HIV virus.
Can I just say something too?
Sure.
I know this is a bold topic.
Yeah.
We won't go too far into it, but I will say I was on the faith committee for Nevada Donor, or not Nevada Donor Network, Network West, which is organ and tissue donation. And we did the donor Sabbath, and I was on the panel. And one thing we were talking about is, especially in the African American community, the lack of trust, and rightly so, because with the healthcare system, because of things that have taken place. And so what you're saying is so true. It's so important to break that stigma and to have organizations like yourself where they feel safe to be able to come to and communicate that. Because I also work in hospice at Circle Life Community Hospice, and I will tell you, one of the most brutal deaths, if it's not medicated properly, is AIDS.
It's AIDS.
And so to be able to stop it from getting to that point and have a quality life is imperative.
Yes.
I mean, truly.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So.
I appreciate the work you do with the people too within the hospice care. And you're right. If they don't get on their medication, it's not a very pretty death.
No.
Really
it's not
isn't.
necessary to get to that point with what we have now, correct?
You don't have to. Nope, they don't have to. But it's amazing though, some of the people that still don't know they're positive, because you can walk around for years with no symptoms. You can be asymptomatic and have HIV, and that's the scary part.
Wow.
You know, you don't even know you're having it, and if you are having sex without condoms and stuff, you can still pass it.
Sure.
But we're doing better though. We're doing a much better job at educating people and having people be aware that this disease is still alive and well. It's not gone yet.
But this work saves lives in
Yes.
the long run. It really does.
Absolutely.
So thank you for that. So what services do you guys offer, to the community more detailed? What does that look like?
Right now, we are only funded to do our work with HIV positive, positive individuals.
Okay.
And so we provide several programs. One is eligibility, because we are funded by Ryan White government program. It's a federally funded program, but then we get it through the state of Nevada.
Okay.
So we provide eligibility. So when you come in, kind of like going to Social Security, you got to be eligible for different different types of services, or like you go to the welfare, you got to be eligible. So we have to interview our clients and make sure they're not above the 400% of poverty level, which is pretty good though. You can make
it's not, because some things are such a small gap.
Exactly.
And kind of that lower to middle class really gets overlooked sometimes. And so that's really actually pretty reasonable.
Right. So that's one part of it. And to keep them eligible, we meet with them every 6 months on the eligibility side. And then we also provide what we call non-medical case management. We're not medical. We do work with HOPES and Community Health
great.
Alliance to get people into medical care. But we provide services to help people with anything they need help with other than medical. Maybe they need a Social Security card. Maybe they need an ID card. Maybe they need to get a new driver's license. Maybe they need to, get help with food, or we don't provide the food, but we'll provide rides sometimes to get them their food, or medical transportation. We help them with that too.
That's awesome.
Where they can go to their doctors and their providers, dentists. So we provide either a Uber ride if they don't have a car or transportation, or we give them gas cards for a car.
Awesome.
And if they're close enough to their medical providers, we will give them a bus pass.
Okay.
So that's really been helpful to our clients to be able to get around. And then a lot of them live in areas where you got to take 3 or 4 buses to get to a medical provider.
Right.
So being able to offer them the Uber has been really a real blessing. And then our other program that we implement is called Health Education Risk Reduction. We call that our HER groups. So those are for HIV positive individuals and their loved ones and family members. So if they have family members that are not positive, they can also come to those groups. So we have 2 main groups a month at Greater Light Christian Center at 2400 West 7th Street, where we have around 15 and 25
Wow.
clients that attend. We serve them dinner, and then we have a topic of discussion. We may have you guys come and talk about your program.
Honored to, yeah.
So we love to bring in community partners, doctors, nurses, to talk about. The community partners always talk about their services and how their services can help our clients, and then our doctors and nurses that come in, our clinical people, will talk about HIV medications, how it's important to stay on your meds, to be adherent, because if you get off your medications, then that's not good. Because right now, if people stay on their medications like they should, they will become what we call undetectable. They still have the virus in their system, but it's much harder to pass to a person if you're undetectable and then your T cell count is high.
Gotcha.
So this is really critical that we keep our clients in care, and that's one reason the non-medical case management portion of our services is so important, and the HER groups is because it gives people that are isolated a place to come and a place to be and not be afraid, and not be judged. And I hug them, I just love my clients. A lot of them, I'm so old. You guys, I'm going to tell you my age. I mean, you guys could be my grandkids probably.
Stop it.
I'm not tell you my age offline. But
I wouldn't have guessed that.
Yeah. But I don't know. We've just, with being in the business for 25 years, we've just really been able to collaborate with our clients and community partners and build a relationship of trust.
Yeah.
And that's what's so needed right now, because people are, as you know, they're so untrusting about so many things right now. So to give our clients a safe haven and a place of trust is very significant.
And I'll just say, I love your model, and I can see the passion in your eyes.
Yeah.
And that how you love people and you want to hug them. And I thought back to when we first started, and you said, people are scared to hug people with HIV. And that hug can mean so much. That's life-changing probably for that person.
Yes.
I'm scared to hug most people.
Yeah.
I'm going to hug you every single time I see you now.
I'm not a super touchy person.
Yeah, some people are not.
Yeah.
And that's we have to be careful with that too. So our new clients will have to ask us, is it okay if I give you a hug,
Just kidding. Hey, but you know what?
Telling Nika on you.
Oh, please don't. She scares me. No.
Funny.
But we do the same model. So when you see our store, it's a hope and dignity. It's a socialization. It's coming in, getting a smile, not being judged, coming in feeling like you're shopping. We never charge, but in a clean, like, retail environment, and just making it a place of safety, like you said,
that's right.
and that is really rare in this climate. So
I was very impressed with when Dave gave me the tour of how clean your facility is and how organized it is. And then when he told me everything was free, I was like, wow, our clients really need to know about this.
And I mean,
it's wonderful.
The huge part of that absolutely is our volunteers, and I always say that because I'm literally the only paid staff here, and everyone else that you see, including Chaz, is a volunteer.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
Joyce is a volunteer.
Over 15 years. Thank you, Joyce. We love
Shirley's
you.
a volunteer.
Wow.
Like, we have volunteers, and it's such a family unit. I mean, these people really care about each other. We really care about each other in our little pocket, right?
Yes.
But then we also care about the people that walk through the doors.
Absolutely.
And the goal is, and I'm sure your goal is very similar, everyone leaves with hope and dignity rather than shame and frustration.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yes. You are a real person. We love you.
Right.
You have HIV, but that still does not,
doesn't make you a lesser person.
Right.
Correct. That's good words. Yes. Absolutely.
We can't always fix every situation. We know that. We want to with our hearts, and that's why we do what we do. But but there is something to be said, to give that act of kindness and that hope. It can go a long way for people and inspire them to, change directions or to get the right resources they need.
Absolutely. And one of the things that we offer too with our non-medical case management services is we're not rushed. We have roughly around almost 60 clients that we serve that are unduplicated, and we serve those many, many times throughout the year. But we can spend time with them.
Yeah.
You're not stuck to a 15-minute appointment.
You don't
like
ration
you are
care.
sometimes with doctor.
Yeah.
And that really helps, because the client know they can come and they can sit and they can really talk about all their needs, and we do an assessment of their needs as well, to try to get them on the right path. Do you want to go back to school? You know,
Sure.
do
Right.
you want to go
Right.
to a career college? What do you want to do to improve your life? So we go over that with all of our clients as well, to kind of get them on a better path of sustainability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's what it's all about. We want you to be sustainable.
Absolutely.
That's amazing.
That's beautiful. And I mean, we really appreciate you being here on the show for sure. I mean, it's all about how, because the whole purpose of this show, it is us talking and having those conversations with community leaders, right?
Yes.
And then beyond that is, okay, now that we've talked about it, what's the action we're going to take afterwards?
Afterwards.
Chaz and I have had meetings after our podcast where we're like, oh, we need to do this with this person. We need to do this with this person. And that's what it's all about is those, it starts with that conversation, but it can't just be a conversation.
Absolutely.
The reality is most nonprofits in our community either forget to work together or they don't want to work together. That's the reality.
That is the reality.
When I met with Steve yesterday, we were talking about that, and he said the same thing. He said, you know, there's actually so many resources, like we always say, but people either don't know about them or the nonprofits just won't work together and bring them all in one place. And so we got to change that.
We do.
We do.
We were fortunate enough with the grant I was telling you that we don't have any longer. It was through the health department for people that were affected by COVID. So we put together 2 really good outreaches. One was at Christmas time with the Boys and Girls Club last Christmas.
Oh, cool.
And then we also had, not this past Christmas, a Christmas of 2022, and then we had another one in February, which was like a Black History program. Well, actually, it was a National Minority program. We had over 50 vendors at our first one, and then I think we had like 70
I love that.
at our second. And I wish we would have known about you folks. So
It's okay. We do now.
yeah, absolutely. But you're so right. Just getting those core people together is so important.
Well, and I mean, so we have another pre-recorded episode that's coming out next week. We had a conversation with Donald Griffin of Black Wall
Yes,
Street. So and you guys work together well with them?
We worked with them last year on the grant I was telling you about.
Very cool. Yeah.
We were able to help them be their fiscal agent so they could get funding.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
cool.
so we were
Very
able
cool.
to help them with that.
Well, I love that you're helping not only, you know, those who come to your organization. It sounds like you're like the godmother of multiple organizations. I love it.
I've been around a long time. I'm telling you, Godmama's good. I like Godmother. That's better than grandmother.
Yeah,
funny.
it's such a cool story how you guys started and where it grew to and then what you're actively doing now.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
thank you so much for sharing that.
Sad because of your personal losses, but
Yes.
I will always say when you see someone turn pain into purpose,
Yes.
that's powerful. So thank
Very
you
powerful.
for sharing your story, and sincerely, that's a beautiful thing you've helped create. So thank you.
Well, thank you. I look forward to our partnership. This is
I do
wonderful.
too.
Absolutely, yeah. So, and just so you guys know, listening or watching, Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet is a free of charge clothing storefront and anyone at all can come in and shop for the clothes they need and leave without a register at the end.
Yeah.
So, and the whole idea is giving hope and dignity to those in need, and with free of charge clothing.
Yeah.
So as we move into this new year, this is episode 22, and I know next week is
Wow,
23.
we've been that consistent.
I know,
That's
I'm
great.
surprised, but it's been every Monday 5:45 we have an episode
Whoa.
come out. Oh yeah.
You guys are amazing.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Well, I wasn't joking when we started this. I was like, Chaz, we need a day that we both can be there every single week.
Every
We
single
block
week.
it out no matter what.
Wow.
And we did not keep that. What we did was we decided to do pre-recorded episodes now. So some pre-recorded,
all the time, but yeah,
but we will be going back to
for the guys.
live after after next week. So
And we want to walk our talk. I mean, we like on holidays and things. There's actually a lot of holidays that fall on Monday, but we want to be with our families, and
Yes.
you know,
Yeah,
that's really
absolutely.
important. But
It is.
I did want to ask. So, how can people get involved or donate with your organization if they want to learn more?
Okay, they can call us at 775-786-5886, or they can go to our website, which is acceptonline.org. And we have a button on there for volunteers, and we also have a donate button too.
Perfect.
I'm sure you guys do on your website.
Absolutely.
that's great.
Yeah.
Please plug
Please
that.
plug that.
Yeah,
Yes,
we want you
Important.
So yeah, we love volunteers to come out and especially help with our dinners and serve the clients and then do different outreaches with us. That would be so awesome.
That's wonderful. Do you guys serve a lot of people from? Do you have partnerships? Because you said with Hope, so the CARES campus, or do you coordinate with them at all?
We do. We have some of our clients that are living at the CARES campus, and
yeah.
we've talked to them before regarding some of our clients, and you know we do have we do have a partnership with CARES campus.
Yeah.
We
Cool.
do.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, can I ask you? Do you have any questions about us here at Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet?
You know what? You gave me the tour. So what are your days of operation, your times? And then if we want to refer a client to you, do we just send them over? Should we shoot you an email? They're coming. How does
That's a great
referral
question.
process?
Depending on how many clients it is. If it's
Okay.
just 1, 2,
Just have
3,
them.
that's fine. Just
Perfect.
send them
Okay.
over.
Okay.
We help everyone that walks through the door.
Okay.
Now, if it's like a group of like 10 or 15 coming at once, some foreknowledge would be awesome. And you can
Okay.
always email me, and anyone else can email me there too at dave@gsccreno.org or dave@getclosed.org. And it goes right to me, and I'm happy to organize certain special visits or whatever else we need to do.
Okay.
So, and then as far as open hours, we're open Monday from 3 to 7, Wednesday 9 to 1, and Friday 9 to 1.
Okay.
And for donations,
And donations, it's Tuesday
clothing
and
donations.
Thursday.
Sorry.
Tuesday and Thursday. So our clothing donation days are different than our open hours days.
Okay.
So those are Tuesdays and Thursdays from 10 to 2. And
Perfect.
that's very intentional. And when you come here, drive around to the back, there's a black doorbell. You click the black doorbell, and that lets us know that you're here. And we'll come out and help you get those clothes out of your car.
And it's important to know that we don't wash clothes, so we ask that you guys please wash them.
first. Okay.
And we actually donate them to the Boys and Girls Club eco-friendly program, correct?
Big brothers, big sisters.
Oh, big brothers, big sisters. If they have stains or holes or they're not fit for us to hand out to our clients, because we really try to give really quality clothes to our clients to make them nice. And I did want to just add too that we're really open, and a lot of people don't know they can actually come once a month. And get clothes. So it's not just a one-time thing. You don't need a voucher. We accept clarity cards, and if you don't have an ID, we'll figure it out. We have those who've migrated here who have a passport. We serve everybody. We're not going to turn anyone away who needs clothing.
Yeah, definitely our goal is to help the people that walk through the doors.
Yeah.
Truly help them. And obviously we have some restrictions, only a limited amount of clothing, but honestly it equates to over $200 worth of clothing. If you're ever interested, if you're a donor, if you just want to see what does a client get, it's all listed on our website, getclothes.org, including your clients that would like to come and shop. If they want to kind of pregame a little bit and see what's going on and look through, oh, I can get a pair of shoes. That's great. Oh, pair of blue jeans. That's awesome. Wow. So that kind of stuff, right?
And $200 at thrift store prices. That's how we calculate.
That's
So it's not brand new,
so
right?
That would be like maybe $400 retail.
Absolutely.
Could be,
Whoa,
yeah, exactly.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, and we have great partners in the community that give us some great donations. So we're so thankful for everyone that donates. There's always 3 ways to get involved with Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet. 1 is you can donate time, be a volunteer. 2, you can donate financially. We're a nonprofit that's funded by listeners and viewers just like you, and we mean that. We really are. And 3rd is you can donate clothing. So time, financial, and clothing.
Clothing.
That's how we operate. That's it. And always, if you guys listening or watching want to learn more about Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet, please visit getclothes.org. And if you'd like to donate, please hit the give button that's right there on that top. And
You want to see something cool?
Yeah.
I do this every show. That's so cool.
Oh, I love the heart.
oh my goodness.
There's a reason I do a heart, and it's going to be released sometime soon in the next month or two.
Oh, yeah.
We're really excited about rebranding, and it's going to be huge.
Stay tuned. We're definitely rebranding. And there's
Shut me down.
there's other big announcements we can't talk about, but big partnerships coming up in the future, and we're really excited about our micro closet expansion project that is in the works, and we have other things in the works as well. So thank you for supporting us. We help. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want to plug anything else before we ended this?
We are having Black HIV Awareness Day at the university, and I'll be talking to you guys more about that. We'd love for you to come and table. That would be reaching out to young people. It's called Black HIV Awareness Day, but everybody comes.
Yeah, that's
and
awesome.
We work with we asked the university's health sciences department to have their
Awesome.
students come
Wonderful.
by. They'll get an extra credit for that. But then it's just to raise awareness, and then when our partners come, they can give out their information, because I'm sure there's students struggling,
Yeah.
at UNR that maybe don't know about you guys. So
Oh, yeah.
that's our next event, and we will be having a fundraiser event sometime the end of April. So we'll get back with you guys on that.
Please
date.
let us know what's going on, and we would love to work with you guys. So thank you.
You know, and
Okay.
I'll just comment. Sometimes I'm a substitute professor for death and dying, Emilio Parga's class at UNR, and I just want to say it is so important to reach that age group, because they are our future.
That's right.
And even if they don't need the services, like you said, maybe some of them do. You know, they definitely probably will come across somebody who will. And so to have that information, it's a game changer. So thank you.
Absolutely. No, thank you.
So yeah, thank you. Definitely learn more about them at their website, which your website is.
www.acceptonline.org.
And if you want to find out more about Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet, please visit getclothes.org. We help 700 people a month, no matter what. We're asking you to come alongside and help one. All right, guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you
Take
next
care.
week.
Thank you so much.